Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestling Rants and Reviews. As always, I'm your host, Big Mike. And I am now representing the IWWS. I think I mentioned them prior, but if not, those are my running mates. And I also want to welcome Ashley to the group as well. And I want to give a big thanks to everybody that's accepted us with open arms. New York Yankee fan did a shoot with and myself and Mugga a little bit earlier today. You might want to check that out over on New York Yankees channel there. But right now I'm doing the Ring of Honor. I guess you can say they're sort of live pay-per-view review. When this video gets put up, it definitely won't be live, but I'll be coming to you as live as I can. So on to Ring of Honor Takes Center Stage, Night 1 in Atlanta, Georgia. This is how we started out tonight. We had match 1. It was Michael Elgin. That's right, Michael Elgin, and he was out there by himself tonight because Truth Martini was banned from ringside, and his opponent tonight was El Generico. Another great match. I don't think it was as good as their matchup at their last pay-per-view in Chicago Ridge. I don't think it was as good as that match, but it was still very solid. Elgin, he's great. He's good. El Generico's good too. They both hit their mark in this match, but Elgin was victorious after a masked person came out and interfered in the match, thus giving Elgin the victory. After that, we went into we seen Eddie Edwards win the match last weekend or a couple weekends ago now in Massachusetts to become the ROH World Heavyweight Champion, and we came back to the ring, and in the ring was Truth Martini, and he was cutting a promo about being in the House of Truth, and there was young Caleb Connolly out there as well, and Truth said he'd give him a chance to be in the House of Truth, and he'd let him know after the next match. And the next match was match 2 of the night. It was 4-corner survival. So as you know already, Caleb Connolly was in the match, along with Tommaso Ciampa from the Embassy, Notorious 187 Homicide, and Boom Boom Colt Cabana. Very good match, typical 4 corners match. Thought it might have went a little bit longer than what it did, but it was good. Everybody hit their mark, hit their spots. Colt's always good to watch. Homicide, it was good to see Tommaso. I haven't seen much of him myself. He didn't have a terrible showing, but sure could have been better. Caleb, he showed heart and determination, as Truth said after the match. And speaking of after the match, Homicide had won the match. He was victorious. And Truth came back to let Caleb know, because he said he'd give him the thumbs up or the thumbs down if he was going to join the House of Truth. And he did. He was 3/4 of the way up. Then he made his way just about down. Then he gave him a thumbs up. And he welcomed him into the House of Truth, only to remind him that it's April Fool's Day. Then who comes running out but no one else? But other than the Canadian Crazy Horse himself. Oh, wait. I don't think he's using that name in ROH, my bad. Because he's from Detroit in Ring of Honor, since he's with Truth Martini. Michael Elgin makes the run into the ring and flattens Caleb Connolly with a spinning powerbomb. And that leads us into match number 3, which is going to be, we'll see right now, and then I'll be back. We have Serena Deeb and Sarah Del Rey versus, I can't pronounce these Chinese names. I really can't. I don't know. They're from Joshi or Joshi. That's all I can say. I'm sorry if I get their names or pronounce them later. I will. But going back to the match, and I'll give you the results as soon as it concludes. Okay, back after the third match here on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, and it was a tag match, as I mentioned, Serena Deeb and Sarah Del Rey versus 2 Japanese people I didn't have the tag team names of. I got those names are Ayumi Kurihara and Hiriro Matsumoto, and they were the ones that were victorious over Serena Deeb and Sarah Del Rey. I'm not sure which one of them were, because, like I said, not knowing the names, I'm not too sure which one was what. But she was very Morishima-like when she gave her the high back suplex driver for the win. And tomorrow they'll be going on to face the newly crowned tag team champions of Shimmer, Daisy Hayes, and another Japanese I don't know the name of. I'm sorry I'm not into Japanese wrestling. Even if it was, I probably couldn't pronounce it, so I would have to say Mrs. Toyota versus Madame Toyota or Suzuki or whatever. But there you have it. The Japanese hopefuls from Joshi over in Japan were victorious over Sarah Del Rey and Serena Deeb. Very good outing, very, very good match. Some great spots by the women, and big props to them. And speaking of Japan, I'm not sure of the number off by heart, 990909. You know, I know we got people here to support, but if you got a couple extra dollars, send it on over to Japan because, you know, that's a devastation right now. So that'll be my only plug for Japan, probably my last. And we'll be back after the next match. Alright, folks, and I'm back. And after match number 4, which was Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Briscoes, I really don't know who won, if there was a winner. And I say that because after so many false finishes, you can only hold your pee for so long. And I had to go pee and I come back and there was a melee. Kenny King and Rhett Titus, who were thrown out of the building earlier because of an altercation in the back, were in the ring and they were kicking the shit out of the Briscoes with taped fist and their street clothes on. So I don't know if there was a finish or if they had just interrupted and took over. Once I find out a true cut winner, I will definitely let you know, probably the next time I come back, and let you know further information on tonight's pay-per-view. But right now we're sitting at intermission, and I would have to say the first half has been what was to be expected of Ring of Honor. It's not definitely one of their biggest cards, I don't think. They're going to have a couple more good matches. Obviously, you guys got Christopher Daniels versus Eddie Edwards for the ROH World title. And you got the tag team titles up for grabs, the Kings of Wrestling versus the World's Greatest Tag Team. So those are yet to come. And I'm not sure what else is up for the second half. But right now, I'd have to say the first half has been good. It hasn't been the best thing ROH has put out there, but it's been good. Let's recap. El Generico loses to Michael Elgin after a masked person interferes. We got a Truth Martini promo talking about the House of Truth and maybe giving Caleb Connolly a chance to join after the Four Corner Survivor match. He'll let him know. The Four Corner Survival match was won by Homicide. Caleb Connolly got April fooled being into the House of Truth just to be destroyed by Michael Elgin. We had a tag team match featuring the girls of Shimmer. Sarah Del Rey and Serena Deeb versus Harishima and Matsumoto, or whatever their names were, I forget. Korihara and Matsumoto, with Matsumoto and Korihara being victorious. That's getting a chance to fight Daisy Hayes tomorrow and her Japanese friend for the tag team titles. They just won from Shimmer. Then we went right here to the Briscoes, I believe, and Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, and I guess right now there's no clear-cut winner, but once I find out if there is or wasn't, I'll let you know. I'm sitting at intermission, just waiting for part 2 to start. So when I know more, I'll let you know more. But so far, if I had to rank the pay-per-view out of 5 in the first half, give it a 3, 3.5. Somewhere in between, 3.25 stars. Nothing to write home about, but it's been a good, solid pay-per-view. And only better things to come, I'm sure. We'll see you in a few. Alright, we're still in intermission, but I just have to throw this in there. I just marked out. Yes, how did I mark out an intermission? I had my headset on. I was listening to the music playing. They were playing some George Thorogood. They were playing, what else were they playing? Some Stones. They were just jamming. They always jam at intermission at Ring of Honor. It's great. But out of nowhere, paying attention, I heard people yelling. And I'm guessing we're going to get ready to go back because I heard them say, "Fuck you, Sinclair." And that's awesome. I marked for that because I'm always telling Sinclair, "Fuck you," And when I see him on May 7th, I'm going to have a shirt. I'm going to have it made, me and my friend. We're making up shirts that are going to say, fuck you, St. Clair. So I'm sorry I had to mark out for something so little, but fuck you, St. Clair. And hopefully this is the end of intermission. Hopefully this means that fat ass is in the ring getting ready to start the second half. We'll see in a few. All right, folks, I'm back, and that was match 5, first match after the intermission. And it was a rematch from the last battle. And it was Roderick Strong versus Davey Richards. And, man, it was a long match. You can't tell here, but it was at least 25, I'm going to say 20, 25 minutes long, and it was back and forth. Super great action. Mat technicians took it to the outside. Match had to just throw everything in it, as you would expect from these two great competitors. But it was Davey Richards that pulled it off. Great match. I wonder if this will put him in contention for the ROH World Heavyweight title. You know, he just beat the former champion. And I think it'd be a nice feud to see him and Richard, or not him and Richard, sorry, him and Eddie Edwards. You know, they're tag partners. It'd be nice to see them go for the world title against each other. They had a great match when it was a TV title. When they were fighting for the TV title, when Eddie Edwards had that title. They had a great match, and I think they can have a great match for the world title. So, on that note, I'll get back. There's probably 2 matches left, which is good for Daniels and Eddie Edwards. Then the tag team match, Kings of Wrestling for the versus the world's greatest tag team. And then we'll be back tomorrow afternoon for another pay-per-view as Ring of Honor takes center stage. So I'll be back after this. Well, folks, I'm back, and we have new tag team champions. That's right, there's new Ring of Honor tag team champions. The world's greatest tag teams, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, have just done it. They just defeated the Kings of Wrestling after nearly a year's reign. I think they're only a day away from actually holding it for a whole year. So congrats to Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. Fantastic match. I never thought it was going to end, but it did. And it was with Charlie Haas with the House of Pain. And some great action. For all you that missed out tonight, you don't know what you're missing. I said it after my last Ring of Honor pay-per-view review that this weekend for Ring of Honor is going to be better than WrestleMania. And the last couple matches that I just saw with Davey Richards and Roderick Strong, and now this match, definitely proving me right. Can't wait till tomorrow, and we got one more match left, which is probably going to be the main event. Well, which will be the main event, but it'll be right up. So I'll be back with the last match. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that's that. That's the end of night 1 of Ring of Honor, Honor Takes Center Stage. And the winner of the main event, and still Ring of Honor world champion, it's Eddie Edwards. Friggin' phenomenal match. It had to have been at least 35 minutes, 30 minutes at least, of non-stop action, just back and forth. Great stuff. The whole pay-per-view, I'll probably give it from the beginning of the pay-per-view in the first half and intermission, I think I gave it 3 1/4. I'm going to move it up to a 4. Overall, 4 out of 5. Great match, great show. If you haven't seen it, hopefully you can get it on DVD. Check it out. Ring of Honor takes center stage tomorrow, part 2 tomorrow afternoon. So stay tuned for that. I'm out for Wrestling Rants and Reviews.